As a relatively small content creator on YouTube, I have started to notice a worrying trend on YouTube over the last year or so. The kind of content that requires little effort or attention has been spreading like a cancer all over the platform. And this type of content is AI generated. Now these videos are repetitive auto voice content that is cheap and easy to produce, enabling them to flood YouTube's algorithm with videos every single day. And it can be quite frustrating because making my videos takes a huge amount of time and effort, and for these AI videos to come in and take over the algorithm is very annoying to say the least. And this has led to the rise of AI content farms, where multiple channels are created and they let AI do all the work. It takes about 5 minutes to create a channel and pump these spam videos. And there's many tools that they use to generate this content. There's Runway AI Video Editor, which is used for generating short videos from text or images. Or there's 11 Labs, which is an ultra realistic AI voice generator which supports emotion in multiple languages and generally used for narration. And then there's even also another software called Canva AI or Magic Design that will make you a very nice thumbnail. Now the point I'm making here is that every aspect of making a video, from idea generation, scripting, editing, shooting, all can be created through AI. These videos can be created in less than an hour using these free tools. Now this seems to be most prevalent on YouTube Shorts, where nearly every video I scroll through has fake AI stories with voiceovers and some sort of game playing in the background. Now there doesn't seem to be any escape from them. Shorts are YouTube's way to compete against the likes of Reels and TikTok, and although AI generated content certainly exists on those platforms too, YouTube Shorts has to be the worst for it. These clips get millions of views, and the people who generate these videos using the AI tools are making some decent money on it. With the rise of AI, we also see the rise of what is known as faceless channels. These channels produce content without showing the creator themselves, that relies of course on AI voiceovers or AI visuals with scripts written by ChatGPT. So why are these becoming so popular? Well, it's very simple really, because anyone can create them without using a camera or a microphone. The other issue here as well is the scalability. Because these videos are so easy to produce, they create multiple channels simultaneously pumping out videos every single day, and YouTube rewards consistency too. So the more you can pump out, the more views you generate, the more money that can be made. Now they also use AI to create their thumbnails and video titles that are the most optimal for SEO and engagement. These channels will also pick up niche topics too, and being faceless means they don't really have to deal with any sort of real criticism, and at the same time, because it doesn't take much time to make, effectively becomes a passive income. Now, AI generated content is also increasingly targeting kids, and while it can be educational or entertaining, it also raises major ethical concerns. And it makes perfect sense as to why they would target kids, because these videos are left on loop by parents, and kids will rewatch the same videos time and time again, which of course would correlate into a huge amount of ad revenue for these channels. They use tools like Tunify or Pika to create animations that always look a little bit off. They never quite match up to the real animation quality you'd see from the likes of Pixar or Disney. But the reality here is it doesn't really matter, because kids won't really notice these issues. The plots themselves make absolutely no sense, but because they create sing-song voices and background music using tools like Suno or Boomy, which match the kind of tone you'd expect to hear of children's songs, it makes these videos feel more legit to the parents who let their kids watch them. They also use like bright colors, repetition and simple language, which will also boost engagement for this AI content. Now there is a darker side to all of this too, because some of this AI generated videos that slip through moderation show disturbing or bizarre content that appears kid friendly on the surface, where you see characters like SpongeBob or Peppa Pig do violent and creepy things that kids should never have to see. And unfortunately, a lot of the time with YouTube, they don't tend to get taken down until they actually go viral, which unfortunately leaves a lot of kids exposed to it, which can be very traumatic for them. The other issue here, of course, is the exploitation of kids' brains with dopamine heavy binge watching in toddlers and preschoolers, which will impair their attention span and social development, which is no bueno. Either way, the money is rolling in for these videos, and I think parents need to be more aware of the content their kids are watching and the potential effects it can have on them long term, but also ensure that the content their kids are watching is safe and entertaining and educational. Now that's just one example of many. AI videos have been taking over every single genre of YouTube, from fake movie trailers, motivational videos, educational videos, the list goes on and on. Now one famous example I did want to mention is the Jim Can't Swim YouTube channel, which was a very popular true crime channel for amassing millions of subscribers and millions of views, who were recently accused of and admitted to using an AI version of the narrator for their most recent videos. Now the audience could tell straight away the difference because there was no tonal change in the narrator's voice or nuance. Now the channel received a lot of hate for doing so, as they should, but it also highlights a growing problem on YouTube, where a lot more content creators are starting to rely too heavily on AI. Now maybe it was an attempt for them to pump out the content more quickly, but unfortunately for them, you can actually never fool your audience. Now on the weirder side of AI videos, there's another area that's also crazy to me, and that is the courtroom dramas with a compelling story that kind of draws a big audience. And the scary thing is, if you read some of the comments on these videos, some people actually seem to believe the stories to be real. Now, especially in America, I've seen videos that are centered around certain political leaders or political opponents in an attempt to push an ideology, which can of course be quite dangerous. And no offense to any of my American friends watching, but a lot of you guys seem to fall for this content way too easily. It's become an effective yet terrifying tool to spread hate and misinformation. Now thankfully, YouTube is finally doing something about these issues. By the time this video is out by July 15th, according to their updated guidelines, AI generated videos, which are defined as videos that are primarily use visual or audio created by AI with little to no human involvement, will not be monetized. So that will cover things like anything that's fully AI animated or deepfake videos, things like AI generated voiceovers or music tracks. A very dangerous one that I'm thankful that they are putting a bosh to is the synthetic news reports and videos that use AI tools to mimic real events or people. They should not be monetized because they're actually quite dangerous, and if given to the wrong person can actually create a lot of really bad issues. So there is actually light at the end of the tunnel. After a year or two of this, YouTube has finally decided to actually do something. Now the good news here though as well, just to mention, is that people are actually quite good at telling the difference between AI content and real content. AI content feels manipulative and inauthentic to most people, and the problem for AI videos is they became victims of their own success because of the huge volume of AI generated videos that were being produced every single day. They actually had to create better storytelling and editing to make this video stand out because of the volume. And the problem with that is, if you're using an AI tool to create these videos, you have no creativity or skill that is needed to actually make these videos more interesting for the audience to actually watch. So it just doesn't work. And the rise of AI on YouTube robs viewers of actual real content that requires hours of research and script writing and editing and so on to the finished product. It removes creativity and belittles the hard work that it takes to make videos on YouTube. And I believe AI, as prevalent as it is today, it will never be able to capture the human connection. And I truly believe people want content that comes from hard work and dedication, and not something that's vomited out from a soulless machine. We're what give these things meaning. If we're just looking at something that's been AI generated, it's not going to give us that same connection that you get from actually something that's made by humans. And the thing is as well, like, making videos on YouTube, like, it's not easy. Like, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to require a lot of time and dedication and you know, effort and like creativity, because otherwise it'd be boring. What would be the point of making them? Like, if we're just going to have AI just pumping out crap that like has no depth to it, like, how can anyone connect to any sort of story that's written by an AI script? So I'm not overly concerned that we as an audience will ever fully accept AI as like a credible source of creativity, storytelling, music, poetry, all the good stuff that gives life meaning. I don't see how AI can do that. So it's good to see that YouTube has actually finally done something about this, because at the end of the day, like, these people that are pumping out these low effort videos and making money off it's a spit in the face on the rest of us who are actually trying to make real authentic stuff and to try and make videos and content that, you know, makes a difference in the world. Now there are many other examples of content being created on YouTube through AI. In fact, there's too many to even talk about. I just highlighted the ones I felt were the most prevalent, but thankfully that's not going to be an issue anymore. Hopefully with time will tell. But that's it guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe as always, And let me know in the comments down below, as always, what you think. What do you feel about AI generated content? Do you find it as irritating and frustrating as me? Do you think it has a place on the platform? Do you think AI in general is something we should be super concerned about, or do you think it's going to help us more than it won't? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.